select the picture. Now it's uploading. It's uploading. Okay. Uploading. Now it's 100. Amazing. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, you're going to be learning how to upload an image with progress bar, either uploading images, zip files, any kind of file while you are seeing the progress bar. So without further ado, let's dive straight to the code. So I'll be opening my VS Code now, and I'll be starting with the file of index.php. So in today's tutorial, we're going to be working with Bootstrap 5. So I will head down to Bootstrap 5 website now to get the Bootstrap 5 CDN, and also we are using Jquery. So let's type Bootstrap 5. So we're going to be using Bootstrap 5 to do that. Bootstrap 5. So scroll down to where we have the stata template. Copy it, go back to the index.php file, paste it inside, save. Okay, now let's try to comment some part of it. It will play some major role in what we are doing. So to avoid issue, let's just take that out. Okay, so I only uncomment the popper JS below the Bootstrap 5 JS delivery CDN above this particular one here. So what we're going to be adding now is jQuery, just right after this comment tag here. So we're going to be adding jQuery Cdn in this section. So let's do that. Let's open new tab and type jQuery Cdn. Okay, so just you might not have grappa on your web page, so let me just show you where to get it faster. So go to W3 School, just scroll down to where we have the Google APIs. So copy this will really help. Okay, you can close that, go back to the code section and paste it above the JS bundle for the Bootstrap 5. Okay, so we are done linking our jQuery along with our Bootstrap 5. So the next thing to do now is to make a test. So let's save this file, go to our browser, open new tab, then you point to the server that we are using, which is Ajax progress bar. So Ajax progress. Okay, sorry, Ajax progress. Okay, good. So our Bootstrap is working very fine. So we just need to zoom out, zoom in a bit. Okay, so here is our Bootstrap. So our Bootstrap is working very fine. So the next thing to do is to open up our inspect area, our console. So our console needs to be open up. Let me zoom in my console so you can see the console area very well. Okay, so in this section we're going to be introducing a form tag that enable a user to select an image from the computer. So let's go back to our code. Okay, so let's change this to h1 Ajax image upload with progress bar. Okay, save it, go back, let's see. Okay, it's working fine. Let me zoom out a bit. Okay, now let's dive back to our VS Code and let's try to introduce our HTML form. Okay, so before we do that, let me update my title. Okay, good. So over here now, let me zoom my screen so you can see what I'm trying to do. Let me hide the sidebar so you can see my screen very well. Okay, so here now I'm going to introduce form tag. So in this form tag, I'm going to take out the action. You don't need the action. What you just need in this place is the ID. So the ID will be upload image. So that is the ID. And inside our form tag, we are going to introduce just a single input feed with a type of file which is used to select image from the computer. So this name will be image. Let's give it a name of image. So we use this image name to track it from the backend to access the file. Then we can push it down to the upload folder. Okay, so now we are using an input field with type of file with the name of image. So this is done. Now after doing that, let's try to introduce a class, because we are using Bootstrap 5. Let's try to introduce a class of form control. Okay, so form control. Now for this form control to work perfectly, let's introduce it into a div dot form group. So form group. Inside the form group, let's introduce a label. This label will be upload file. Okay, now below the label we introduce the input field of type of file over here. Good. So let's save it. Let's go back to our browser. Let's refresh. What do we get? Okay, it's working perfectly. So we have upload file as our label, and we have the choose file as our file selector. So the next thing to introduce is our button. So button with a title of upload, refresh. Okay, so let's style this button. So it's going to be a class of btn primary. So let's use primary, save it, refresh. Good. The space between my button, the margin is too close, so let's introduce margin top 2. Okay, so it's too close to the body too, so we need to introduce a padding into our form tag. So a class of padding, I said class of padding padding, that is p2 or p3, so just as you desire. So I'm using p3. Now I have a padding of 3. Now there's enough space between the width. Fine. So the next thing to move into now is to try to check if this file input is working. So let's click on it. So select the file. Let's see if we are selecting file. Good, our file is selecting. So the next thing is to interact this file with jQuery submit functionality. So we are going to be using jQuery submit function to submit this file into the server. Okay, so let's scroll down to where we are going to write our jQuery. But before we do that, let's copy this ID. So copy it, scroll down to the last script of this file, take it down a bit. Okay, introduce script. Now in this script section, I'm going to check for jQuery ready function. So let's alert something to the screen to be sure jQuery is working. Okay, is it working? Good, it's working. We have SSD there. So let me delete this guy. Now inside my document does ready function, I'm going to point to my form. That is, I'm going to check if this form is submitted, do this action. So I'm going to be using jQuery form submission function. So jQuery submit. Okay, so in the jQuery submit, I will pass my ID, upload image. So my upload image ID has been passed. So the next thing to do is to pack our image form feed. If you have any other form feed there, it can also be packed in your project. So we are going to be packing everything all together into a form data. So we are going to be packing everything into what? Into a form data. So to do that, we are going to introduce a variable. So let form data, or just form. Let form equals to new form data. So what are we passing into the form data? That is this form event is what we are passing into this place, so that we can push every input field in this element into this our Ajax request that we are pushing to our server. So from this form element, which is this upload image form, this form that we created in this place, as you can see, this is the form. So everything in this form, that is the input field that we have here, we will push down to our new form data class. Then after pushing into this new form data class, is going to pass everything all together into this form variable. Okay, so we are good with that. So the next thing to do is to perform our Ajax request script below the form data. So let's do it now. So here we are, Ajax request. So jQuery Ajax. So in this Ajax request, parameter, there are some parameters that were going to be omitted, and there are some parameters that were going to included, that were going to be included, because passing an image or files or any other thing apart from string or text formats is totally different from the way you pass it's totally different from the way you pass a file or a zip file or anything related to file data apart from string, integer, and any other boolean data. Okay, so what we are going to be editing here is the first thing. Our type is post, so we'll be sending this data in the post request. That's the first thing. The URL, which is not defined yet, but we're going to define it, is upload.php. So we're going to be pushing this data to upload.php URL in the post format. So the data that we are passing is what is this form. So just copy this form, replace it with this data. That is what we are passing. So this data type, we need to omit it, just take it out and introduce catch. So catch will be false. So let catch be false. Then content type will be false too. False, okay. Then process data too. Process data will be false. False, okay. So now we have everything we need here now. The catch, we are disabling the catch, we are disabling the content type, we are disabling the process data. So by disabling these three parameters now, our file can successfully pushed without being affected. So to make a first test, let's send a sample image to the server and let's log the response to our browser. So this is the response. So I'll be logging the response into my browser using console.log, which is response. And I told you something, we have not created this URL yet, this upload.php. So I need to open my sidebar now, then create upload.php file. So upload.php. So in this upload.php, I'm going to introduce the PHP syntax. Let me zoom in so that you see what I'm doing. Okay, so in this place now, I'm going to introduce PHP syntax, which has been inputted in the first line. So the next thing is to check if post method is active. So I'm going to check if it's set post method. So we don't necessarily need to pass any name into it, just post alone is good. So if we say post method, then what are we going to be doing? We are going to echo variable dump. So let's dump everything in form data, but I'm very sure nothing will actually show for us because it's file that we are passing. So let's save it now, but at least let's save it. Let me zoom out this guy here. Let me zoom out. Okay, save. I hope you can see my screen and you can see this one too. Okay, so now let me save it. Go to my browser, refresh, select an image. Okay, select upload. As you can see, it says what's empty. Now this response, now you can actually print, you can actually make it a JSON format, make it readable instead of using variable dump, which is a debugging format for PHP. So let's make it readable. So to make it readable, I will advise you to add header, just an header. Now inside the header, we're going to introduce content type. So content -type application /json. Okay, so once you save that, this variable dump will not variable dump again. So it's going to be equal JSON encode. So we are going to encode everything that we are receiving from this post method. then we print it to the browser. So if we clear this browser console now, upload a new one, you're going to see the response. As you can see, nothing is being sent to the server. Meanwhile, there's something sent. We sent an image. So because the image we sent is not an input field like a text, document, a string, or an integer. So to track it, because we are sending a file, look at it here, the type is what is file, so we need to accept it using files. So files, okay, so clear this, upload again. As you can see, it shows the image. So this is amazing, this is awesome. So now you can see our image has been sent down to the server with a temporary directory of tmp underscore name. So our data is being passed to the server. The next thing to do is to go back to index.php, scroll down, and let's introduce more data into this particular section that we are. So now the next thing to do is to break it down. Now before send, let's introduce before send. Now in our before send we show a signal in our upload button. Before send, we give a signal in our upload button that it will tell the user, okay, you are uploading this image, so just relax yourself, keep waiting. So to do that, we're going to move down to our input, our form data area. Now look at it, we have an ID of what upload image here. So let's just point ID upload image and target our button, then change the text. That is what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to say JQ find. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for button from my ID of upload image. So what am I looking for in an upload image? I'm looking for button, and once you locate button, what am I doing? I'm changing the text to uploading. Okay, and once it's done uploading, it's going to show something to me here. It's going to change the button back to upload. Okay, so at least the user can see what he or she is doing on your web page. So let's refresh again now. Select. Now as you can see, it actually shows uploading. So let me reduce the network speed because I'm using local server. So I want to reduce the network speed to slow 3G. Go back to console. As you can see, uploading. That's amazing. So now the user will have to wait while it's being uploaded. So this is what I'm trying to solve today. While they are waiting, there will be a counter, like a progress bar or something. Okay, so let's try to do some other things again. Now the last time we only received the file and it's not being uploaded to any folder over here. So we need to create a folder here that our image can be uploaded to, or our file, anything you are trying to upload. So I'll create a new folder now. Folder of uploads. Now inside this folder, nothing is there. So in this place now, we delete this guy. Then we are going to point to what's it called? I'm going to point to our folder first. Folder is equals to uploads, then slash what. Now after the slash, we are going to get the base name of our image. So base name of our image. So we are going to say files. Now inside these files, what are we looking for? We are looking for an image. Let me show you what we are looking for in the files. You are looking for an image. Can you see? Is this name that you are going to target to replace? Know that is this name, so that you don't have an issue or encounter error. So make sure it's the name that you input into this place that are going to be targeted from the files. So copy this guy now, go back to the upload.php, the introduce image. Now inside this image, we are going to target the image name. So here will now be name. That is the name of the picture that you are getting. The name of the picture. After doing that, close your statement, move to a new line. So in this new line will be the if statement. So if move uploaded file. So where are we moving this file from? We are moving this file from the temporary URL. So here will be tmp underscore name. So tmp underscore name, that's a temporary URL, down to a new URL, a new folder path. Okay, so if move uploaded file, what is going to happen? It's going to echo JSON encode. So we are going to generate a JSON file to display to the user. So JSON encode in an array info image uploaded. Okay, so else echo JSON encode info unable to upload image. Okay, so let me save it. Okay, so if the image is successful, we have information for image uploaded, and if there's an issue, unable to upload image. So let's also introduce code. Okay, let me introduce code. Here will be code 200, and if there's an issue, we're going to have code 401. So let's just use anything that you understand. So if it's success, code 200. If there's an error, code 401. So save it now. As you can see, our folder is empty. Let's go to our browser. Let's refresh. Okay, so as you can see, our browser has been refreshed. Let me select the file again. Select uploading. So let's wait for it to upload. Once it's done uploading, it's going to show something for us that's okay. This has been uploaded. Okay, so I don't forget that I slowed the network because we are trying to use progress bar. So it's very simple to do. If you want to make it faster back, you can just select no toggling. But because we are trying to make progress bar, so that's why we enable that. Now check the response. It says what? Image uploaded. Code 200. So let's go to our coding area. Check the folder. You're going to see the image there. Can you see? The picture is actually in the folder. So that's amazing. So the next thing to do now is to introduce the loading bar, the progress bar, right either after or before this button. So we can just introduce a progress bar that is going to show once you click on this button. So to use progress bar, we go to Bootstrap 5. You can either search progress bar. So let's say progress. Search progress bar, the one that has percentage, and let's look for the one that is actually great and simple. Okay, this is good. Let's use this one. Okay, so right before the button, save. So let's say it is refresh. Okay, can you see? So let me introduce margin top and margin top 0. Okay, let's see. Okay, so the progress bar is actually okay. So this progress bar now, we are going to be controlling it using our jQuery. But before it shows, let's first of all control the progress itself. So by default, this progress bar is going to be hidden. So style will be display none. So let me hide my sidebar so you can see what I'm doing. So style display what? None. Display none. So anytime the user clicks on upload, is going to slide. It's going to slide up. So that will be before send. So here will now be JQ slide slide up dot progress. So let's see. Let's reload the page. Okay, it's not working. Let's use slide down. I think slide up is to hide it. Okay, slide down is the right syntax. Good. So the next thing to do now is to check if this image is selected. If it's empty, it will do nothing. So let's try it. We're not going to be having issue while you're uploading. So here will now be return. Then above it, we're going to say log. Console.log. Let's just log this data. Log this data. So let's see what we have in the form data. Okay, check the form data. Okay, we have so many data. So let's make it more let's make it more simple. So we're going to target this. So we're going to say this dot find. What are we looking for? Input with a name of what? Image. Input with a name of what? Image. So once it's been located, then we are going to get the value. As you can see, the find ends here. So find dot value. So we are going to target the value. Okay, so let's see. As you can see, we have empty data, but if we select something, let's see if it's going to show something for us. As you can see, it shows something for us. So this is great. So now we're going to use our Ajax to check. As I said, we're going to use our if statement to check the conditional statement. So we're going to say if. So copy everything we have here. If this guy is not equals to empty, or if it's equals to empty, let's just point if it's equals to empty. Sorry. So if it's equals to empty, then it's going to what? It's going to return. But before returning, there will be an alert that says select an image. So save it, refresh. So let's see what we get. As you can see, select an image. Let's select an image. Upload. As you can see, it says what's uploading, but our progress bar is not working yet. So now let's go back to the code and now work on our progress bar. But before we do that, let's just wait for this upload. As you can see, it says what's uploaded. Good. So let's go back to the to our image now. Sorry. Let's go back to our Ajax area. So in this Ajax area, we're going to be introducing a new parameter that can log our progress for us. So this parameter will be between the before and sources. So this parameter will be xhr. So with this xhr, we're going to introduce a function, an anonymous function, then comma. Okay, so inside this function we're going to have a variable. So let's xhr equals to new window. So new window dot capital letter X, XML, XML request. So new window XML request, then make it a function. So the method is being closed. Now close your statement. After that has been done, the next thing is now track in the XHR that we just used now. So XHR dot upload dot add event listener. So what kind of event listener are we looking for? So we are looking for progress event listener. So we are using progress event listener. After the listener has been added, then pass in your anonymous function EVT. So it can be anything. So we're using EVT. So inside the EVT, okay. So right after the anonymous function, we need to pass a false to our overload statement, and after doing that, we need to return this XHR that we declare above. So return XHR. After doing that, save it. Now inside this event is where we're going to check for progress. Okay, so for us to check the progress, we are going to first of all check if the content type that the person is uploading is either a string or an image or a file. We need to make a check over here. So EVT dot length computable. So is it length computable? So if it's length computable, it's going to show the length, and if it's not going to do anything. So we're going to generate a new variable percentage. Variable percentage equals to, so we first of all get the event loaded. So EVT dot loaded, then divide it by EVT dot total. That is the total of the entire data that we are still going to load. So EVT dot loaded divided by EVT dot total. So you might be confused of what I'm just doing now. I will advise for us to first of all log everything one by one. So let me comment this. Okay, so this has been commented. Now below it, we are going to log the EVT loaded and the event total. So let's first of all load the EVT loaded, which is the event loaded. So let's log the event loaded first. Go back to the browser, refresh. So let's see how the event loaded will work. So for you to understand it, so upload, as you can see, is showing it one by one. That is the loaded bytes that has actually been transferred to the server. That is the loaded. Okay, now it loaded what, 5 just like a 5 megabytes. So this is a byte. So now that has been done. The next thing is the total. So we can also get the total of the file that we are still going to load. So let's refresh and let's do that. So you are going to be seeing the total of the file and also the one that's going to load. Can you see what? Can you see it now? This is the total, 5 megabytes. Why once has been loaded is 3 megabytes, 4 megabytes. Okay, now we're going to 5 megabytes, 5.6 megabytes. You can see it has been completed. So that's how it actually works. So now the next thing to do now is to go back to what we are doing before. So let me uncomment this to get our percentage. So the first thing is to divide the loaded divided by the total. After dividing that, we are going to multiply it by what? By 100 to get our percentage. So now let's log our percentage. Log percentage. Okay, so now let's log it. Refresh, select image. Okay, upload. As you can see, the percentage is actually working. It's working perfectly. As you can see, it's working perfectly. So the next thing is to update this percentage to be in a single format, not in a decimal format. So we want it to be just in a normal regular numeral format. So let's do that. Let's use a JavaScript function to do that. So do not be percentage dot to fix. So we're going to use percentage dot what to fix to fixed. Now inside it to fix, what are we fixing it to 0. Oh, sorry, shouldn't be like this. So let's take out this guy, dots, okay, dots to fix, okay. So we are picking it from decimal to a normal number, just a regular number here you can read that can be passed as a CSS. Okay, so let's do that again. As you can see, we have 3, 12, 17, 26, 32, 44, down to what? Down to 100. Once it's 100, it's going to what? Show submitted. Now it's now 100 now. Then what's uploaded? Amazing. Okay, so the next thing is what? Is to pack this to fix into a new variable. A variable what? This one will now be what? 100%. So here will now be let percentage formatted. Percentage formatted equals to this. Okay, so we formatted it. Now the next thing to do now is to manipulate this our scroll bar. So I'm going to scroll up to where we have the scroll bar and get the necessary detail that we need to get. So the first thing to do is to target the width. So the width has to be automated. So the default width will be 0, array value 0, and the text will be what? 0, and the maximum value is what? 100. So we are picking from 0, 0, 0. So this is not necessary. This is the minimum what? Minimum value. Let's refresh and let's see how it look like. As you can see, is what is empty. Good. So now let's go back to our JavaScript now. Then target this progress. So we target progress, then capturing the what? The progress bar. Or we can decide to pick the progress bar directly. So class progress bar. Scroll down to the Jquery section where we have this our what's it called? Our progress. So here will be progress bar initialize. Now over here will be JQ CSS set. Okay, so dot progress what? Progress bar. Property will now be width. So let's see it again. As you can see, this is what width. So width will now be what? Width will now be the current data that we have here. So we are going to concatenate it. So let me use backtick to concatenate it. So percentage formatted, then introducing the what? A percent to it to process data very well. After that has been done, then the next thing is to target the, let's see, the area volume now. So we need to target this area volume now, which is an attribute. Okay, copy it, scroll down to where we have this, then we target again attr. So this guy towards to this guy. So percentage formatted. Let's see it again. Okay, that's it. So the next thing is towards a text document. the text document also. So dot text. So the text will be what we are going to use backtick. Let's use backtick. So percentage formatted. The here will be the percent. So let's save it now. Let's go to the browser, refresh. So let's see what we are going to get. If it's an error, let's see. As you can see, is what is working. Is uploading. This is amazing. This is amazing. This is amazing. So now the next thing to do is to check once it's 100% and this guy has been uploaded. It's going to change this blue icon to green. So let's do the green part of it. So we're going to target progress bar. So let's go back to progress. Let's see the green part of it. Okay, BG success. So it will be BG success. So we're going to change it to BG success. So I think it's progress bar. Yeah, progress bar will return to BG success. So once it's done uploaded, once it's 100% uploaded, then the BG success is going to return. So over here, let's do that. So here will be Jquery add class to here to progress dot progress. Let me pick it again. Sorry, progress bar. So add class. Sorry. BG success. Okay. So BG success has been added to the class. So let's go back to this place. Refresh. Select the picture. Now it's uploading. It's uploading. Okay. Uploading. Now it's 100. Now amazing. It shows what's green. That's great. So that's how you can use a progress bar for your uploading. And as you can see, we have the upload folder here too. So I hope you gain a lot of value from this short tutorial that we made today. So see you in my next tutorial. Thank you for this one. Bye.